Hi guys, welcome back. This is Games in the Horizon, part of the third podcast. I'm sure you've probably seen either the introductory piece or you've been thrown this, so...
yeah, we have a lot of other parts.
You can check those out.
You can check them out either via YouTube, our website.
Potentially Minds.
Yeah, if your Minds ever figured out how to get all its stuff into one place. Or Facebook ever actually figure out how to do video. Or, 2 to 3 other little video networks you're fiddling with.
Or you're on the Star Strategy website. You know
We're
exactly
here to figure out what the cool spacey games are.
Yeah. So, cool spacey games that are on the horizon. These are games that have already released, or are just about to release, or are to be determined. But this week we mostly have a couple of games that have just come out, and a game that's going to release sometime next year.
All right, and you've done the work on this one,
yes.
So you know what they are all about. I've only heard rumors and sent you some of the links.
Yeah,
okay.
Pretty much. So to start out with, we have Stellar Hub. It's a base-making game that was released in August.
Of 2017?
Of 2017. It was an indie title. It did a pretty good job of letting you both manage resources and personnel on a star base.
Okay.
So you're building up your base.
Just for the quick stuff.
Yeah.
This is a PC-only game?
It is PC and Mac.
No Linux?
I don't know if there's a Linux.
I'm very sorry you haven't tried.
I'm sorry. I think it's not on Linux.
However, full specs and full information will be on our website. Yes. You'll be doing a full blog on this.
Oh, you know it.
As always. That always links through all our good little pathways. And it will link directly into the Steam distribution.
Yeah, Steam distribution for this one. Yep. But the good thing about Stellar Hub is that it is a resource and personal manager with a surprising level of detail for a relatively
so is
cheap game.
Isometric, a top-down?
It is a top-down view of a base where you can also pull up your
what level by level
things. Oh no, it's one level. Everything's
it's just flat all the way across. Okay.
You know, there might be things and expansions to go make it multi-tiered and things, but I didn't see any. Again, indie game.
You haven't bought this game. You haven't bought it.
I haven't bought it.
This isn't on the premise yet.
I've seen people play it.
Okay, cool.
That's about all I'm good for. Next up, we have a game that has not yet been released. It is Surviving Mars by everyone's favorite overlord, also known as Paradox.
Yeah, if you don't know, he might be a little bit biased talking about, because if you haven't checked out his personal gaming channel, that is, quite supporting and all about strategy games, which is what we love to talk about here, given the fact that there's strategy right up there. It's the purpose of our company. You do almost entirely Paradox games, if I haven't noticed.
Not quite entirely, but yes.
Okay, Verdun doesn't count. And Tamberg.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So, what's Surviving Mars all about?
Surviving Mars is another base builder. You kind of get the theme here. However, you are on the Martian surface in the relative near future, very defined near future too, because you have all of these interests that you can select from the start screen of who's backing you.
So this is again back on our theme of not only were the 1960s were a big major space age, a space race, but the
2020s.
The 2020s, we're going to have SpaceX, we're going to have the Chinese, we're going to have potentially the Americans, the Europeans, the Russians.
Yep. A couple other corporations too.
Other corporations are also getting into it, but let's be honest, Virgin Galactic is only going to do a tourist plane.
Hey man, Virgin Galactic.
Hey, if they want to step their shit up,
I'm in.
All missions go.
Yeah. But the real point where Surviving Mars may shine is it has Paradox's usual levels of detail. As in every little person.
So is this city skylines on the moon? On Mars?
This is not city skylines on Mars. This is sort of like city skylines in your base design, and then you have little individual people with their own individual life dreams, hopes, complications, realities.
We're talking about Tropico.
You're talking about Tropico.
Okay, we're talking about Tropico.
Yeah, it's Tropico. It's Tropico in space.
Cool. Definitely fits the big.
Yes.
Push that
and
we're
a
seeing
thing
here.
that I've heard about it on the Paradox forums is that there are going to be mysteries on Mars, supposedly inspired by Asimov and Clarke, which definitely means there's going to be some fun up there.
Not like Zelazny? with
His last name doesn't do all that much, Mars.
is that Rose?
Rose for Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, I'm a pet.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just weird, and therefore the number of people who know that they were like, "To all those who know what Rose for Ecclesiastes is,
yeah,
gold stars."
major props. So yeah, there'll be fun stuff up there that will sort of throw a wrench.
Mess around your game. Also, it's widely known that they're first up. They've already done a couple of gaming convention-y things with demos and releases and sort of things like that. So it's not like some Paradox titles where it's out of blue and there it appears.
Okay.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, no one's been given early access or some sort of alpha stage.
To this date, the only people who have been given early access are like Quill, and he did it at a convention.
Okay.
With the company, so don't know.
So very tightly controlled.
Very tight controlled early access.
So yeah, if anyone wants to hit anybody up to pass out some beta keys,
it'd be great.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you don't have the viewership to do it yet.
No, I do not. And then we have XCOM 2: War of the Chosen, which I've just recently picked up, but it's been out for several months now.
Okay, but this is probably the big title right now.
Yes, it's picking up traction at the moment because it's been on sale a couple of times.
Right.
It's gotten down to the point of, okay, it's no longer a $40 DLC.
Okay.
That being said, it is technically a DLC, so game on the horizon is debatable. But it's a DLC with enough content to arguably be called XCOM 3.
They're not Maxis anymore. Where are they called?
They're Fraxis.
Fraxis, yeah.
Man, you're old.
Hopefully I have the right one. I'm not in like Sim City or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're in Sim City.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anyhow.
That's the Sid Meier's company, by the way. So that, I mean, let's be honest, XCOM's probably one of the most long-running
series
PC
for a while.
Strategy games, turn-based strategy games.
Period. XCOM 1 was released forever and a half ago.
Right.
And then before that, you had XCOM Spaceship Commander.
Right.
Which was ridiculous.
I mean, are you just going to write a big piece on XCOM alone?
Eventually.
Okay, but not this particular...
Not this particular runoff. But War of the Chosen, I'm noting as a game because it adds some 30 gigabytes of content.
Oh yeah, that was my point.
Yeah.
Any Sid Meier's game, it isn't just that they release one.
Yeah.
It's that the halfway mark game would be the equivalent of another game, but it ties together and uses much of the same assets.
Yeah. So War of the Chosen, what it adds is a whole batch of moops and mobs and things to go fight. Then it adds a whole bunch of factions that you have to go manage and deal with, which adds a lot more strategy to your game. You don't just have to sit there and get your own crew to be good. You have to then go make sure that your buddies don't kill each other.
So is it multiplayer or
it's single player still?
Okay, but there's multiple
you have
factions
to
contend
placate.
With. Okay.
Some of them are much more at ease with each other,
and
some of them really aren't. And then on top of that, it adds the Chosen, which are a band of 3 alien super people who have been tasked with taking over the Earth. So they're like enemy commanders. And their AI will actually try to learn and memorize your movements and your strategies and counteract.
Oh, this is... Oh, now my buddies are really going to hurt because I can't immediately come up with this book. And the unfortunate thing is this is a book that I'm probably thinking about handing out for Christmas. This is probably the first Chinese science fiction author to win a...
it's
the Nebula Prize for science fiction.
Wow, this hurts.
It's literally right up there.
Yeah.
And I'm not pulling it out because all your Christmas presents are now up in.
Oh, up where it lives?
Yeah.
Okay.
So linked to the bottom down below. We use Amazon affiliate links.
Yep.
We would be providing the link to that book that is now in total mysterium under probably the sublink of
3-step problem. 3-step problem.
3-body problem.
3-body problem.
Sorry, but I was actually trying to come up with the name of the series.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you have no idea, and I haven't passed the book out to you guys yet.
Sorry,
because I'm too busy rereading it. Again, that's all based on that premise of there are humans that are tasked by the invading force to take over the world.
Yes, but these are aliens that have been tasked.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Advent would be a group of people who the aliens have already gotten on their side. That's just that's in regular XCOM.
So within XCOM, there are all these sort of fractions and groups.
That was already in XCOM 2.
I'm very sorry.
Because remember, we're a bunch of rebels now. We're not the government.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're
fighting the G-Men.
In XCOM 1, I think the government was destroyed and the aliens took over.
Well, no, in XCOM 1, if you win, the governments are not destroyed and the aliens don't take over.
Yeah,
most of the times you lose and the government is destroyed and the aliens take over.
So, again, the three-body problem is just, again, we have more sci-fi, like fantastic sci-fi coming out.
Oh, yeah.
And, all three of his books are released. They're translated into most languages, including English.
Yes.
The first one has a really decent English translation from
Mandarin.
I'm like 90% confident it's Mandarin.
Not Cantonese.
But it could be Cantonese. Ooh, I feel horrible. Please, everyone in the comments, tell me how horrible I am.
Just yell at them.
Mandarin would be my
guess,
safest of bets. But it might be published by those in Hong Kong. This is the problem when you spend too much time prepping on other
what
stuff.
To talk to about?
You forget about what you were reading 6 months ago to a year ago. With that said, you got 3 games. Which games do you suggest here?
I've already picked up XCOM War of the Chosen. Of these other 2...
Well, again, turn-based strategy.
It's
really your...
Yeah, and I already had XCOM to begin with, so it's like...
Okay, the other 2 are
base builders. Base builders. The one that when Surviving Mars comes out, I would pick it up.
Okay.
That being said, Stellar Hub might feed your base building needs now.
And it's only a $9 range at the moment?
It's like $9 range right now.
Okay.
9 and change.
The question is really how many hours it really produces. And
it looked to be a full game, and it had multiple places where you could build bases. And
so we're looking at 16, 20 hours sort of...
I'd say 10 to 30.
10 to 30.
Somewhere in there.
Okay.
I've seen people play. It looks pretty fun if you're into base builders. I'm kind of into base builders. He's nuts about base builders.
Yeah, I love base builders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tropico's a political sim. You think it's base build?
No. I mean, at no point to really get into that.
Fair enough.
But this really pulls us back to sort of what Battle for the Moon poses. Is, we quite like games where you love all about the war and sort of the mechanisms to, I would say, take destructive action.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I tend to prefer the things that take a creative or defensive actions. Not saying that defensible actions are necessarily not aggressive. I'm just where Battle for the Moon comes in is that it would be a base builder that's built very much like Risk. So you have to go between trade, base building, and domination sort of victories.
There's just domination.
All about taking over the moon. So if you like some of these games that we suggested, you probably going to like, while this is a board game right now, all the people who designed this love to work in Unity and would be really itching to build this out in a couple of platforms. Whether those are touchscreen multipurpose or something more PC oriented. Well, that's of course PC, Mac,
Linux, all the goodness.
But of course,
Linux.
And of course, I'm probably saying this and it won't work in any of that. And
I don't know, man.
It's an alpha title. It fits pretty well in board game form. If you would like to sort of see us face to face, we'll be in Boston. At one of 2 locations.
Yeah.
Check our events calendar. We'll be there next Tuesday, the 17th of December.
Yes.
To test if you want to see this game live. It will look a lot better than this, but this is what looks good on camera.
Yeah.
Ink is a funny thing to play with.
Ink is silly.
Particularly in funky lighting and that kind of stuff. So, you got 3 cool games.
Mm-hmm.
Base builder for now.
Stellar Hub. Base builder when it comes out.
You have to get
Surviving Mars.
Okay.
And XCOM 2 War of the Chosen would be called. I originally, when looking at War of the Chosen, thought, it can't be that good of a DLC, right? It's just a DLC. I pick it up. Oh, this is XCOM 3 now. Okay.
So it's the 2.75.
It's like 2.75.
Okay.
So you throw Long War mod.
So you
onto
say
it,
if you want a spacey thing that's like the hot thing right now, it's clearly XCOM.
Yes.
If you want the indie game that's
fun,
that has the spacey theme, that has the fun, but doesn't have the huge time sink,
does not yet.
Stellar Hub.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, that's games on the horizon.
See you next
to the next part. We'll be describing our new title,
Battle for the Moon.
Alpha title, for Battle for the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. See you later, guys.